Okay, so we're gonna go over like what I've seen is kind of like the biggest help for especially people that are kind of getting that are new in the resale gang. So we're gonna go over kind of like how to like garage sell like effectively. It's kind of the background. 2018, I did about $350,000 just garage selling alone. So these are some of the tips, tricks, and things I found most helpful. First off, we're gonna go over how to like spot the correct garage sales. There's two different ways. Okay, so this is the easiest way to start finding the correct garage sales. I go Arizona, search Arizona, find what has the most value. Why did this pop up? Find what has the most value. In terms of house value, usually it correlates pretty dang closely to actual home wealth, not home wealth, but in-house wealth. So this is kind of the easiest way to really actually find a lot of good deals. And then the theory on this is that if you find something that has a lot of house wealth or home wealth, they have a lot of disposable income. What we're trying to find is disposable income that they bought. Because you see this in especially like people that are like showing. If you guys garage sales before, you might have seen like you go to a really nice house, but they have nothing in the house. So for like tchotchkes, it means they're kind of they're showing, right? So they don't have any actual like they could have actual wealth, but normally people that have disposable income will have disposable wealth. That should correlate pretty easily, and then they want to get rid of stuff, and then their disposable income is going to be the stuff they get rid of, and that's me nice stuff. And also, a lot of these wealthier people, they don't really the stuff they want to get rid of, they just want to get rid of it. They don't want to hold on to it as well. So this is kind of the overview of Arizona, just in the Phoenix metropolitan area. Let me try to get a good view. So in the Phoenix metropolitan area, you can tell that it spaces out in terms of there's a big density of wealthy. You can see up this right up here. There's really there's no $1 million plus homes or 700K plus homes. The majority of wealth in Arizona sits in this pocket, also up here in this pocket as well. You can see some stuff on the bottom here, like Chandler Heights is pretty good. This is starting to get more retirement, and we're looking for more old money than there is new money. You'll see kind of what old money is when you go. Personally, I know what old money is in Arizona. It's correlated in this Paradise Valley area, the Fountain Hills area, sometimes up here, but most of this North Scottsdale wealth is usually new money. New money is a lot harder to get a lot of cash out to. Let's say you really like the big thing that we're looking for is like accumulation of like items, right? And then that items they want to get rid of. That's where we really hit a gold mine. So if I was going to garage sale, I'd garage sale in this location. How I'm doing this is I'm going to Craigslist. I'm doing this on my phone, so it's a lot easier to do it. I'm going on my phone. Let me actually go back to last week. I'm not sure I can get last week. Can I? No, I can't. Can I? Damn. So last week there was a couple of good garage sales. I'm going to show you the difference of a good garage sale and a non-good garage sale. Just what I've seen before. We're gonna go through. You guys can copy this every time. So we're gonna search different items every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Actually, we're gonna search it every Wednesday night. I usually garage sale Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You can do Sundays. And I'll show you guys how to like really capitalize on Sundays. But so the best way to do it is on Wednesday night. You want to search communities. Why is this not typing? Community. You want to type in community. That's gonna be a community for community sales. The next one's gonna be church. Then you want to do estate, and then you want to do moving's decent slash garage sale. You don't have to type in garage sale because this means extra ones. A couple different ways to find estate sales. There is estatesale.net. On the estatesale.net, these are usually companies. I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about with estatesale.net. These are usually companies that run their own private estate sales. Not private, they're company run estate sales. Majority of the time, you can find ones that are non-company run on estatesales.net. It's a lot harder though. Usually they're not going to be up on there, but good enough. Okay, so this is estatesales.net. Oops. For estatesales.net, you want to find kind of the newer shops, or like, so you'll start seeing names really pop up, and you see there's a lot of volume. So the best in Arizona in terms of the best estates of people in Arizona, Ace Estates is probably my favorite. I like the guys there, but they have the best probably knowledge. They price low enough they get people indoor, but they're hard to resell off of. You can't pick off them, or you can offer them good deals afterwards or on their last day. We'll kind of jump into that. But Julian Joe at Kingston, like, I don't know who Julian Joe is. A to Z Estates is a decent one. Can't really pick too much off of these guys, just because like your knowledge base is gonna be the key. So like when you're garage selling, I think we did this pretty well when we went out this weekend, Hunter. So like we went to this garage sale on Prescott, and the best reason why we could find the best deals is because the guy that was giving us, like, we were dealing with at first, he had no idea what the prices were on these items, so he would just get rid of them for $5 to $10. Like we picked like $200 stereo system, no, $200 speaker system out for like $10. Like it's just stupid stuff. It's because the guy didn't have a knowledge base of what the item's worth. Thus, he was giving away for a really cheap price. That's what we want to do at all these estate sales, like Allegro. These are newer company, but these guys are actually decent. Like, I'm gonna be looking for Smart Choice estate sales. You can probably crush these guys if you wanted to. Believe auctions. I don't really deal with auctions because auctions, the price gets bid up unless you can find something that people don't know about, or you have some sort of expertise in some random things. Like for me, I could do artwork on like high end estate sales, but like it's still relatively difficult because there still is a decent amount of art people in this game. So like the surprise shop, I'd pick off these guys, auction, skip these guys. Allegro skipped. Max sold to massive company. Skip these guys. These guys are all auction based online. They're actually a pretty big company too. Amazing Estates by Memory Lane Sales. You can pick out these guys. Original. Yep. Angels over Me Estate. Yeah, this you guys pick off as well. So there's like some things. You just try to pick out the best guys. You'll get to know your people in your state and who's the best, and stay away from them because they're going to be a lot harder to pick off of. Find the new people. You can crush them pretty easily. So that's that on the state sales, community church, garage sales. So what I'm talking about, the community church. So up here, when you're in garage sales, you just want to type in community. This will market it down. Obviously, we're in it's Tuesday today, so there won't be that many good sales. But this one, you can see I'd hit this community sales up first, especially this is in our pocket where the wealth is sitting. So there is wealth sitting up here. You can see up here, it looks like a big there is like a bunch of wealth right here. I would more or less focus up here, here, and here. Those are my main focuses. If not, next you go church. Church is great as well for two reasons. One, they're just trying to get money for their church, so they're more than happy and willing to negotiate. And they aggregate. The reason why the first two work is because they aggregate a lot of products in a single location, right? Your main time is going to be driving distance, right? Especially if you're building out a map beforehand. Your driving distance is going to be the main kicker, and the hardest part to find good deals. As if I'm driving from this location in Fountain Hills, if you guys don't live in Arizona, even to this location right here, it looks small in distance, but this is a 25-minute trip. You need to get to these sales as early as possible because that's when the best products are going to be. Like Arcadia. See, I would definitely go this one. Pot Plants Tools, India Fishing. Yes, I would rock this one. 11.6. Yeah. The reason why I go this one, and I'll start this one early as well. It's in the high wealth area, and this one's actually right here is really good. Fabulous estate sale this Friday and Saturday. Somebody's jumping in this one. This one doesn't look like a fabulous estate sale. It looks pretty dingy. I'm not a big fan. You guys, there's two ways to do this. You can pick off small goods and sell them on eBay. Or really good way to make a lot of money is doing furniture as well. Oh, it's actually clock's worth some money. It looks like a Herschel clock. This is a Herschel clock. This thing's worth about $1,000. But long story short is there's two ways to do garage sales really effectively and efficiently. You can do like the small model like most people do on eBay, or what you can really do as well is you can go in after these estate sales and have like a big pickup truck or a big moving truck, and you can grab all of their the furnishings, the furniture that they don't want, that they just need to get rid of at the end of the day, and you can pick up a lot of good product that way as well. What I would do with that is I wouldn't house it myself. I would make connections with a bunch of not state sale companies, consignment shops in your location, and then just drop them off. Consignment shops get stuck into three different kinds. There's a clothing and furniture. There's just a clothing, and then there's a like low end, high end, medium end furniture stop. You're gonna have to split up the low end, medium, and high end furniture, and then deliver it to different locations. But you can pull out a lot of good money that way too, especially if you're getting it super cheap at like these kind of state sales. Cool. So this one I would check this one out just because it's in a ton of custom high-end furniture. This is such as a nice location. You might find some good stuff. I would hit this one along with this one as well. Estate sale. And I'm also looking at this is silver loads of treasures. I like this one because it says silver. So it's a Friday, starts at 8 a.m. So this one's gonna be packed, especially because it's where it's located at. Even 100 of these two would be good for you this weekend as well. I'd hit this one. What time does this one start? Always look at their start time as well. It starts at 9, so this is a late one. So look at their start time. You want to kind of plan accordingly too. You don't want to be sitting in a line, waste extra time. Cool. So let me go through why am I picking some of these? If there's a lot more out there, obviously because of COVID and because it's still early in the week, there'll be a lot more later in the week that when we check out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you can always check that out. But what I'm looking for in these things, let me go over and find last week's one real fast. The post's been deleted by author. I was checking out the post you saw last week. So I'm looking for in these sales. Let me reshare my screen again. Is I'm looking for one, photos are the best description. Location and photos are gonna be the best way to do it. Let me try to find that has like good photos that something interesting. I'm looking at like default photos right now. You want to find a lot of product, right? You want to find high. You want to see it like they spent a lot of money on this stuff and they just want to get rid of it. The more staged, like this one right here, you can see this is staged. I would not touch this one. This one just waste your time. Just because see how it's like stage photos. These are usually worthless. Community, obviously this can be community sale. I'm just trying to find anything. Moving. Like I don't like the product here, but this is what I'm kind of looking at, right? I'm gonna search these photos and see if I can find anything that has high value. Right now, this one looks like it's just like books and like a fridge that's just worthless. You can buy this for the fridge for $5-10 and resell it, but there's nothing really actually of value, right? There's like a We Fit. These things are bad to resell. You just can't make any money. The children's toys, especially new age stuff, I'm not a big fan of. It just have high markup value. Usually just kind of like cheap stuff, like Chinese cheap stuff that I don't want to deal with. I'm looking for like high end items. So what we did last week, there was a location we went to, and it was a bunch of there's 3 different sand rails, not quads, little like dirt bikes and stuff. And that's the reason why we kind of went up there. It was farther than we thought, but also this one's really good. I love warehouse sales. Actually, let me retype this. Business sales, I would say would be community church. I'd even go business sale. I would go business sale before I would go church sale, or I'd intermix these things. I'd check just based on location. I love warehouse sales and everything goes. This one would be a fantastic one. Huge sale, ton of tools, furniture. So this is what I'm looking at right now. Decent location, rear of garage door missing, high-end electronics. I like to see that. Flat screen TVs, portable AC units, landscaping tools. It's like good. Looks like he's getting out of the business, but he's selling a lot of this stuff. This looks fantastic. You see tools, you see portable AC units. These are expensive. Flat screen TVs, high-end electronics, ladders, all must go. I like the look of this. Even though there's no photos, you want to see photos, but this actually looks fantastic just because there is a bunch of tools and it's a warehouse sales. I love warehouse sales. They also give you the address. Sometimes people don't give you the address. Kind of a pain in the ass. This like they make you wander around for a bit. It doesn't make any sense. But this one I would definitely go to just by the look of this. This is a fantastic one, and that is right here in our little sweet spot area too. Estate sale in my outdoor courtyard. Um, Too much description on the other hand sometimes does not work. Furniture, like they're titling out everything they have right here, and like that doesn't make it doesn't. They think they have something that has a lot of value. I would probably stay away from this one. Igloo ice chest, like why are they even typing this out? They probably don't have a lot of items. That's why they're just kind of like just talking about stuff. I would skip this one. Does not look like they have a lot of money. I would definitely skip this one for sure. Doesn't make any sense going to it. You can always hit it because it's close near what we're looking for, but that's okay. So again, I would hit these ones, this one first, then this one, and this one if you had enough time, and then I would jump down to here, check these ones out, skip this one. Let me check Fountain Hills. Fountain Hills is pretty good. Again, look at the wealth. Uh, Porta Crib I would skip, just because it has people have kids. Um, All tracker opener remote. Isn't that that's a waste of time. Let's check out this garage sale. See how these things are staged? I would not go here as well. And if these are in like packaging, skip this one as well. There's no like yeah, this is just a bunch of garbage. This is like what I call tchotchkes, just worthless garbage that people have. They think they have a lot of money. You can even see this person brought this up on a they probably looked up the price of this, and that's the reason why they're selling it. Or maybe they just have like a picture of money. Who knows? But you'll see this often is like people will find the price on eBay and then give you guys a price on eBay that doesn't make any sense to go there. They think they have something of value. Skip it. This is just all garbage. Skip this one as well. So I would stay out of Fountain Hills, too far of a drive, and look at your driving distance too. I rather stick in this area and not drive unless it's like a one if the photos look really good and it looks like a yeah, this is garbage as well. You see this is in a storage locker. See these ones garbage. You can just tell these are really just not very good. Like they're all staged. There's a few things. It's just cheap tchotchke stuff. You want to look for something of substance, something of value. Again, here you see a brand new marble vanity. There's just selling one vanity. Like, okay, congrats. Let me find anything else. I'm trying to find a good one. Storage auctions. Storage auctions are good. I rather pick. You make more money off picking, in my opinion, and there's a lot less junk. You can see this one as well. They stage everything out. Actually, this doesn't look too bad. I don't like it because it's staged. It's pretty staged, but they have some decent stuff. I like tools. Tools have always can hold a lot of value because they don't really change. Yeah, there's actually some decent stuff here. Oh, guys, when you're buying stuff, don't be afraid of buying a little bigger items, stuff that you can like FedEx. There's a lot of margin, that kind of stuff. These routers actually make good money. So I know. Like some of these bigger items, I made some crazy money off bigger items before. Milwaukee, good brands, all this kind of stuff. This is actually a decent one. I don't like how he's staging it, but whatever. And he kind of wrote this down. Yeah. But what's really good is like if you find something a little bit bigger, like bigger like let me see. I think something this kind of reminded me of it's like this, like a drill press like this. Like I've bought a few drill presses similar to this, a little bit newer. I like the newer models, better than these older models. But like even a drill press like this, it's kind of a pain in the butt to ship. But if you make $300-400 off it, even $200-300 off it, it's well worth your time to buy these bigger things. Pack it up, ship it, buy it cheap enough. Again, we're trying to buy cheap, sell cheap kind of mentality. You guys have any questions? I got about 10 minutes left in this call. So if you have any questions, we can ask them now. If you want me to go over anything else, just let me know as well. Or we'll keep doing this. Cool. Yeah, so you want to plan out the beginning of the day is the most important by far, or mapping your route out. Hunter, did you see anything that we did this weekend that was kind of like was like helpful, or like anything that you saw that's you didn't know before? And other than what we're doing right here, that maybe I can explain to people, help them out a little bit.
Well, I mean, you kind of opened up like, you know, what I actually look for, So the bigger, bulkier items that you just mentioned, yeah, don't be afraid to look those up because everything that we picked up, I never would have thought to have picked up. And the first thing that I have listed from that haul is going up for $449, and and we only spent $200 on a haul full of vintage electronics. Um, so, and I mean, we have tons more stuff to go. So even if that one thing sells, I'm still doubling my money.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
got like 20 of them. So I would, I would say don't be afraid to look things up. Don't be afraid to go outside of your comfort zone. And
Perfect.
even when like one of the things you pointed out with the vintage electronics was the wood on the sides.
Mhm.
So that helps me know what to find.
Yep. Cool. So like kind of what Hunter's talking about, like we looked at the majority of stuff we bought was like vintage electronics. That's kind of like my main bread and butter in terms of going out. Yeah, so like in vintage electronics, you want to find silver faces. Like
Mhm.
so the top of it's silver, or like the front area is silver. This would be in like the 70s, 80s model. Also, the side has wood, right? You'll see this on like big receivers, especially receivers. Are what I'm talking about actually. The receivers are in like the side has wood. So basically, these receivers are going to be massive. They're like 70s models that have a lot of output power, and the side has wood on it. So you're gonna see like the face is gonna be silver and the side's gonna be wood. These things have a lot of value. It was the receiver the one you just posted for 400.
It was one of the receivers. We got a few of them.
Okay, cool. So like,
It was
what
a Pioneer.
the
Yeah,
Pioneer? Okay, what was that one that had the broken front glass? Is that does that turn on and work or no?
I haven't tested that one yet, but even if we sold that thing for parts, I mean, that one sold. There's a sold comp for $810 plus shipping.
Not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I know.
crazy.
Yeah,
Can
that's
I add something, guys?
yep,
Sure.
shoot.
Hi, it's Paula. So I've been going to yard sales for a long time because I'm a lot older than you guys, and estate sales. And also, one of the things I've recently learned, I don't know if you're aware, Ethan Allen furniture, big, big, big money.
Yep.
So, and you can, ship it using a freight forwarder. I personally don't get into that big stuff too much, although I did pick up a chair for $5 that I could probably sell for about 250. It's
Nice.
Nice.
Ethan Allen. Look underneath, make sure it's got the right markings. But if you're not afraid of big items, I don't like to haul them because I'm a 59-year-old woman, so I don't want to be loading it into my car. But there's a guy on eBay, Bradford Hamilton is his name. He's been making a ton of money on this. So, and he shares advice too. So that's one thing. The other thing I would say is don't be afraid to go to estate sales on Sunday, the last day.
Yep.
You won't believe the stuff I get for way discounted price that people, as you said, they stand in line on Friday
Mhm.
and they just walk right by it. They don't see it. And especially the overpriced estate sales.
Yep.
So you'll be in line on Friday, you'll go in and you're like, oh, these prices are way too high. Everyone else is saying that. On Sunday, they haven't sold it yet. So you get 50% off, 75% off. At that point, they just want to get rid of it. Especially if they're I mean, I do smaller things and I do great with them, but especially bigger things, that because I've worked at a couple of estate sales with a friend of mine, and I'll tell you, on the last day, she just wants that stuff out of there. So she might have had a dining room set priced at some crazy $1,000 on Friday,
Mhm.
and on Sunday, $100.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind. I get great stuff on Sunday, and I'm always shocked that it's still there on Sunday.
Great, fantastic ball on that second one. 100%. The Sunday one, it's really good. Like Paul said, on those like company ran estate sales that are super expensive, you can negotiate really well with them as well.
Right. Especially, I do the same thing that you do is, which estate sale companies price good to begin with. And, you have to get on there on Friday.
Mhm.
There are others that price too high every single time, but they always have good stuff.
Mhm.
And so I'll hit those on Sundays. So, and, it depending on what you're looking for, if you guys are looking for like more electronic equipment and stuff like that, which is not what I'm looking for, but, don't discount if there's not much going on. Don't discount the less expensive areas either, because people die and they've got all kinds of stuff in the basement. I'm more of a vintage seller. So I get lots of stuff and folks have no idea what it's worth. They're just getting rid of it for $5 because grandma had it in the basement. So
yeah, my best flip ever was at a really bad location, right? It was out in a very, very poor location. And there was a watch that was, I bought a watch for $1 and I flipped it for $1,900 in like, it was less than an hour. So 100%, you can find those flips anywhere. Just the higher end ones are going to have majority more, but again, you can find stuff anywhere and everywhere.
Right. I think the higher end, the only thing is those folks I find have a tendency to know what things are worth more than, and I'm speaking like from vintage mostly, not electronics and stuff. Well, electronics too, but yeah, that's my only.
No, 100%. So a good question to ask is where do they spend their money, right? That person spent their money on. You can see this pretty often based on their personal buys. I know the one we went to this weekend with Hunter, like the guy spent his money on 2 different locations. Electronics, I think he was trying to resell, and car items, right? We should have delved deeper into the tools, but we were picking so much stuff. I kind of was like, I'm done for the day. But like find where they have their money located at. When I go to like these estate sales and kind of like running estate sales myself in the past, what I'm looking for the furniture, Ethan Allen's a great one. Look for mid-century modern furniture. This is where you're gonna hit that 5,000 to 6,000 sale mark. We had a 4 chairs one time I picked up, and we sold them for I think it was like $5,000, no, $5,500, and we shipped them to Japan, right? Mid-century modern is really what crushes.
Right.
Big money. So I love mid-century modern furniture. This is what I would pick up at and this is what I have in my house, right? I have like 2 mid-century modern chairs. They go for about like $2,500 pop. This is kind of what I like either way, but what's the whole value? Okay, look what these people are spend their money on. Tools is good. I usually take into different categories. Always check out jewelry. Don't get afraid of jewelry as well. I would highly, highly recommend doing 2 things with jewelry. I might even go interested in jewelry right now. Jewelry is fantastic. This is the stuff that you can really crush at, especially if you find somebody that doesn't know what they're doing or they're just trying to like, get rid of stuff. Jewelry is really good. Look at the carat base. So you want to look at 2 things you want to look at in jewelry. One, make sure it's a real diamond if you're buying diamonds. I wouldn't get into diamonds right now unless you get really comfortable with it. But jewelry, look at 12 carats, 18 carats, 24 carats. Like these like you'll see like the carats on the back of jewelry. Also look at sterling silver. Sterling silver is pretty good. This is in gold, right? Gold. What you want to do with this is what I'm looking for even at this one sale, right? It says, let me actually find it again real fast. See right here, it says, when do you guys really get into silver right here? I love silver. Stable full stuff. I like that. They need to have horses too. It means you spend a lot of money. Dude, Hunter, go to this one for sure out here. These guys have a stable. Like these guys have money. And you can also check out their house on Zillow or Google their house real fast to see if it's a really big house. This is what I do often. Mockingbird. Yeah, this is a $6 million house. Like this is killer. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I would get this one to even early, right? Because they have so much stuff. You can see that it's for sale right now. These guys have a huge house. So like this kind of stuff, it'd be fantastic to go to. But when in that jewelry section, you want to look at the back of jewelry. Has 12 carats, 18 karat, 24 karat. 24 carats is the best. Obviously, 12 is still pretty decent. You want to melt this stuff down the majority of the time. What I do is I melt down all items. So even silver, you want to look for sterling. I'm gonna spell that wrong. Oh, I spelled it right. Cool. You want to look for sterling jewelry, and you don't want to. This is kind of a great tip that I figured out. You want to go to a refinery when you guys are selling this stuff. You want them to melt it down, and a refinery is going to take 0.05% of the actual cost of it. Anything else, you guys do not want to go to it. Other people are going to, like me, right? If I buy silver off you, Or like I used to buy silver off other like garage sellers as well. And gold, I would buy it at I would take 30% for the house, right? So I'd buy it at 70. I would give the client 70%, and I would get the 30%. And what I would do is I would go to the refineries. I'll kind of show you what I use. What are they called? Arizona Refinery. It's out in Tempe area, and you guys can use this as well. This is kind of what you're looking for. Let's see if we can find it. In terms of refineries, it's like it's out in. Oh, hi, here we go. I go to High Tech Precious Metal Refinery. These guys are what I use. You guys want to always use metal refineries in general, right? And what you want to do is you want to pick out all of the stones. You want to look for big stones. Small stones are pretty much worthless. In jewelry, you want to look for big stones. I'm looking for big 0.5 carat diamonds or higher. I've sold everything from 4 to 5 carat diamonds as well. Don't worry too much about the cut and clarity unless you know what we're looking for. You want to buy it based off of, I buy it based off of the metal refining price. So even if I can buy, I like, okay, this is a 1 carat diamond in a band. I'm going to buy it for the metal refining price. I say, okay, this is a gram of gold or whatever amount of gold it is. I always have a little scale. This is a gram of gold. It can melt down for X amount. I'm going to buy that for X amount. And then the diamond can be a kicker, but you want to look for 0.5 diamonds and plus. The majority of other stuff, sterling silver, melt down all sterling silver just in general. I would look for, if I was you guys, I would look for full silverware, actual real silverware. Make sure again it's sterling silver. It'll have a sterling print on the back. Make sure it is sterling silver. And then you can take these high precious high tech refineries or whatever refineries you have, and they will melt down these things pretty easily. There's a lot of Gulf Coast. Yeah, 100%. Cool. They'll melt it down and give you cash. They'll write you a check for it. But this is a great way to pick out a lot of cash out of like some like precious metals. So don't get scared. If you find some like actual real silver, pick it up for sure. Again, sterling. You can check out the prices for sterling. It's actually like, what is it? It's been a while since I've melted down. It's like 0.7. No, it's like it's some percentage of actual sterling. You can check it out online. What real silver is going to be. You want them to either make bars or just get it in cash, either or.
Can I just add to going back to the mid-century modern, which I also love, is don't forget about the accessories like lamps and also flatware, like stainless steel flatware. But if it has a mid-century pattern, that stuff goes for hundreds. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't think so. And people leave that all the time in the drawer because it'll be in the kitchen drawer. They see, oh, it's not silver and it's not even silver plate, but people want it.
Yep. So let's kind of go. Maybe people don't know what mid-century is. So like mid-century is like it's usually called mid-century modern as well. It's like a modern take on a lot of things. Right. Yeah. What Paul was saying is like you want to find the vintage mid-century. This is what it's going to sell. Like West Elm sells. If you guys want to know what mid-century is, you can go to West Elm. Let's actually check it out real fast. West Elm is a new mid-century. I would just call it modern actually. But these are all mid-century modern, the new styles of it. You can see like they're very sleek designs. Let's go to let's go to furniture real fast. So sectionals. Let's go to the best way to see is like chairs. Let's go to coffee tables. Let's see. Here we go. Like this is mid-century. Like we sold a few of these like these coffee tables, like actual mid-century coffee tables for thousands of dollars. Yep. These like coffee tables, like any of this kind of stuff, they have like a kind of a square box-ish look. Go for a lot of money and for a premium on the market. What were those?
Very clean lines. All the stuff you see in Mad Men.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, that's a good representation of it for sure. Clean lines is a great thing. Yeah, these things move for a lot of money. What was that? Let me try to think of those chairs that we sold back in the day. But yeah, you can sell these things, even like a bigger couch. I have like a sectional, not sectional, but a like a love seat that's in my house alone that's worth like $2,000 just because like it's older. Yeah. You can move these quick too.
Right. You just passed one that kind of looked like a coffee table or a side table with a that kind of the shape of a boomerang, not a boomerang, but like a guitar pick. Those are big too, right there on the right.
Oh,
On the right. But you might find, like I've found small like mosaic occasional tables like that are kind of like either a boomerang or a guitar pick, and they usually have like 3 legs. Those can go for a lot of money too. So just kind of keep your eye out and be willing to, if it's like a couple of bucks, it's even worth learning. Take a chance, and you might really, no matter what, you're not going to lose money.
Yeah.
But some of them are worth hundreds and thousands, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you like, you guys like, you guys will find as long as you start learning, keeping up with this stuff, you guys will find some like great finds. Also, I would start looking into just on the side and on just for fun. I would start looking into artists. I know in the Southwest, I guess it goes for Hunter, right? So in you guys as well, see what kind of artists are in your location base. So we're in the Southwest, so there's a lot of Southwest art. Start looking at like big names. Really, the only ones you really need to know in Arizona are Ed Mel. I've sold a few of these guys before. This is like my favorite artist in Arizona, but start looking into different artists as well. If you find the correct artist, so Ed Mel has like these landscapes and like he does bowls, and they're all sort of the same geometric shapes. One of my buddies in Arizona actually found one of these at an estate sale, picked it up for dirt cheap. I'm going to spitball the number, maybe $20, right? Really, really cheap at an estate sale, and he sold it for $32,000. He was actually in the newspaper for it. We actually sold a massive one of these for about $45,000 before. Look, just keep an eye out for like unique things like this, and unique things to your location. So what I would do in these high-end estate sales, especially ones that like it's run by non-company, if you can find stuff like this, like this is where you really can change your life. If you pick up a $30,000 painting for $20, it's a nice little pocket change. You can buy a nice little car with that easily. Yeah, so make sure you guys know your location and unique things that are gonna be for your locations. There's not gonna be a lot of these Ed Mel's out in the Northwest locations, right? But in Arizona, California, Texas, especially, you might come across, right? And just having some of this knowledge base will dramatically increase your chances to find one of these massive flips. And then I'll go a couple more minutes real fast. The jewelry you want to look at, watches as well. Look where the people are again spending their money. That's one of the biggest things continuously. Look where people are spending their cash. Cool. Jewelry, things, watches, and then look for designer jewelry. You'll see it on the back of like let's say sterling. What is a couple good ones? I haven't done this in a long time. It's like I have a couple at my house. You'll see like some designer jewelry that the designs are worth, or the designer make. It's kind of like a brand, right? It's gonna be worth more than the actual melting it down. And that time you want to sell it online. What is it called? Basically, it's just you'll see like the name on the back. It'll say like Sterling, and it'll stay some sort of designer name. Look up the designer name, and that's where you're gonna really find big flips. Just check those designers out, and you want to type those in. Look at all watches. You want to find the make and model on the watch. Watches are usually the easiest to be up front, but also the hardest to make good money off of. If you find like a nice little Rolex, you can flip Rolexes at some of these estate sales. Buy them cheap enough. You can then sell them for decent prices. All online. Make sure they are real. One thing you can tell that they're real or not is the magnifying glass. It should be 2x magnifying on these high-end watches. You can always look them up, but if you can buy it cheap enough, it's always worth the shot. Just watches in general, even if they're like, you can find some like, dive watches in Arizona. Dive watches. I actually this is one of my mom's first really big flips. Diver watch. Look at, again, watches are really good. Look where there's a lot of money at. It doesn't matter what the item is in general, right? Or what you guys. It's like, where do people spend money? Look at those locations first. Jewelry, tools, electronics. What are some other ones? Furniture, obviously. Maybe a couple more before I forget. Art is a big one. Cars, always ask for cars. A great thing as well, kind of find what you're really good at, and when you go into these garage sales or estate sales, ask for them up front. People are going to pull stuff out. What I always ask for up front would be jewelry, photography.
Susie, I want to show you because it looks really dated. I don't think you should go.
So when I go into these estate sales, let me actually do this about 2 or 5. Let's go 5 minutes, and I got to jump. Jewelry, photography equipment, electronics, or whatever you guys are comfortable with. I usually ask up front where they're gonna be at. If people start pulling stuff out, I always ask for cars. I like high-end items. I'm looking for, you guys should be in the same boat as well, especially when you start increasing more of your your capital available. You want to be trying to find, you want to start getting those big high-end flips. Even if you make less like ROI, start looking to put your money in those locations. A lot easier to make 10 grand on a car than it is me make 10 grand on just on eBay items. It's only one car compared to 1,000 eBay items, right? Start asking for these things up front. If people will really, especially photography equipment, I just go into places. Hey, do you guys have any like photography equipment, lenses, whatnot? People have literally pulled out $3,000 bags of photography equipment, or have gone into their own personal stash, or like, oh, my dad had this, he gave it to me like 10 years ago. I never used it, and it's like brand spanking new Nikon equipment from like the 70s. And they're like, yeah, how much you want it for? I'm like, I have no idea, just give me a price. Like, how about $100? Like, okay, that works. And you'll see this very often, right? If you ask for the things you're really good at, or people kind of like stash on the side, it works out really well. People really literally pull stuff out, and you'll make a killing on those things they pull out, especially if they don't know what the value is and they're trying to get rid of it. Any questions? Let's go over a couple questions if you guys have any questions right now. If not, we will jump off. But yeah, some really good things of how to become a killer at garage sales. You can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year at garage sales if you really focus on it. Try to step out of your comfort zone, kind of what Hunter and Paulo was talking about. Step out of your comfort zone. Make sure you go into higher end things. Look for value, not just for what you're comfortable shipping, right, or what you're comfortable selling. If you find something for $5, like Paul was saying with that mid-century modern furniture, somebody selling it for $5, take the shots, right? Or just look for what like you can find at a discounted rate that has value. It's gonna be the easiest way to make a lot of money doing this kind of stuff. And again, it can be killer. Again, don't get out, just try to get out of comfort zone and try to jump into different things. You guys have any questions, you can always, like, if you guys are mid garage, so you can always just tag me in that WhatsApp chat, and hopefully I'll get to it by that. And you can always, like, hey Ty, I don't know what this is, just tag me and I can try to help you out as well. Cool. Hopefully that was helpful. I'll send this out. And again, thank you for joining, guys. Again, any questions? If no questions, we're good. Yeah, Gabe, you don't have to raise your hand, man. You can just talk.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yep, can hear you, man.
Okay. Hey, I just had a question about the WhatsApp group, because I think the only person I have on WhatsApp is Jay.
Okay.
So is there another group?
No, you should be adding me those groups. I'll jump in your group real fast. Let me get on your group. Let me tag Jay real fast on our own communication.
He started a one with the VAs this morning, but is there another either webinar or let's see, call for Hammock throughout the week?
So Tuesday's the only webinar we run. Basically just me going over stuff. But you can always ask your VA if you need to talk to your VA. You can always jump on a call with them. Just tell Jay, hey, do you have time for a call? He'll jump on a Skype with you. It'll probably be Jay and Audie, our head guy. And then let me actually.
Okay. I love using Hammock. It just it really opened my eyes to all the potential it has. So,
and we're trying to get it better, man, continuously. Thank you for that. And we're trying to continue to get it better over and over again, right? So you guys have any, I know we talked to Paul about this, and we talked to Hunter about this as well. If any of you guys have any like comments, questions, concerns, like things you can know that would be better for Hammock, or how we do things better in general, we're always open to those as well, right? Because you guys are using it on a day-to-day basis. Having that knowledge helps us out, helps us grow, helps make the service better. We are trying to, this is like our long-term goal, right? So we'll be in this for years to come. So the better we can make the service, the better we can work with you guys, the better, just in general.
Yeah. No, it's awesome so far, man. I'm so excited. Just really can scale up my business, and like I was using Cellhound for a while, but it was limited to just clothes, and then the men's stuff that I would send in, um, it wasn't a very detailed listing. It seemed like Cellhound was better if you sold like women's clothes or accessories. Um, but this with Hammock, you can send in basically anything, and they've sent back really good drafts, and they get better every time. So
Awesome. And we on that same topic about getting better each time, we are adding some like feedback loops. What a feedback loop is like basically you tell our VA or you tell one of our staff like what you like better, or you add those in, and it's a faster feedback loop. So then the VA will get better faster. We are adding some of these like small tweaks in the near future, which we're on our like I'll kind of actually let me see if I can show you what our dev account looks like. Dev agent. Let's see. So this is what we're kind of turning this into, like the advanced listing section where you guys will add the products in. A lot of this stuff is going to get like better, and there's gonna be a way that you guys can even chat with your VA, or like, let's say there's a error that you see, you'll be able to tell the VA why there's an error on that, and they can fix that, and then increase, and then be able to solve that thing faster. And they'll be adding some cool like features in, like our new settings feature, where you can add your settings in, how you want your items done on that continuously. So then the VA doesn't have to go back, because right now, like the main error we're seeing in general is like human error on the VA's part. Basically like having to jump between different things, or how you guys want your listings done, because each person, there's really no one that does the same listings that another person does. So we're trying to make it so that the VA can be able to do your specific listings continuously better and better and better.
That would be awesome if you could have something where they you know, for me at least, where they use the same thing each time,
Mhm.
you know, so it's consistent and I don't have to each time fill those things out.
Yep.
That would be great. Yeah.
100%. Again, we're trying to do a bunch of different things. Like there's gonna be like we're working on like a massive bulk upload. Our apps, we're testing our apps out in-house right now, and they're looking pretty dang good. So those will be launched as well. There's some cool little features we'll have on that app that no one else has. But you guys will see that in the near future as well.
it's great.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Sounds great.
Other than that, guys, any questions we can go over? If not, I'll probably jump off. I got a couple other things I gotta do today.
Me too. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thanks for your time, guys. Catch you guys
Thank
later.
you.
Yeah, talk to you later.
Bye.